time because I can read the writing on there. But there's a bit of a time lag on it, so it's just thinking about getting going slowly. Goodness me, there is a time lag today. Do you know we've had water on the tracks again in Cleveland, I reckon, because the internet's been ever so slow. Ever so slow it has been. Look, it's just starting. That's a time lag. 40 seconds. 40 seconds. So, hello and welcome to Brew at 2. And it's kind of bright. If a little bit rainy, wet, and the sky keeps going very black and very ominous. But nonetheless, we are all here. We are all gathered today with our cups of tea in our cups of tea cups, ready to do Brew at 2. So I'm reasonably well organised today, albeit I was scuttling about at the last minute as normal. Hi Caroline. Are you feeling any better? Are you feeling any better today? Yes, and please hit the like button, as Matt says, because it really helps our channel. Anyway, we've had some very exciting news this week. Some very exciting news. Caroline's much better. Her cough is nearly gone. Well, mine's all right until I start laughing, which is not a good combination, is it? So last week, while I was out doing my stuff, I struck 10,000 subscribers, and when I came in, my T-boys had made me a YouTube certificate. It's a special one. And it says, believe us when we say we can't wait to see what you'll do next. I bet a lot of people would like to know what I'm going to do next. I bet you're not the only two. And look, it's signed by the T-boys at Rabbit Towers. The T-boys at Rabbit Towers. And apparently it's our YouTube birthday today as well, as I discovered when I logged on this morning. I started the channel a long time before I actually started vlogging, and I just got odds and ends of rubbish on it. So obviously at some point back in the dim depths of darkest time, I must have started it on the 8th of November, but it didn't actually tell me what year, because that might have been interesting, mightn't it? Good afternoon, Christine from North Yorkshire. My hair looks nice, she says. Well, it's a little bit cool today, so I've left it down, because it's all you ladies that have got long hair will know that when you've got long hair, it makes you puther. Cyril, Joanne even, not Cyril, says she's watching from her hospital bed, and one good result is that it's not cancer. She's got another diagnosis. Well, you can't leave us all in suspenders, can you, Joanne? Because now we're all wanting to know what your diagnosis is. You can't tell a bat half a story, because they'll always want to know the other half. Matt thinks that the videos from Sainsbury's and Brooks Collectibles were brilliant. That's a bit of a tongue twister. Brilliant. And he's been to Brooks. Well, it's the first time, I must confess, it's the first time I've actually been upstairs. Flabbergasted I was. Flabbergasted. So, in the last week, I've made quite a few videos. You've already seen some of them. I've got a few in abeyance because we've got a busy week this week. Lots to do, lots of things to do and places to see and places to go. And I've got my clobber in the background here. So we finally found the diamond painting that Jeanette did, and I have to say it's very nice. We've had it on the dining room table. It's on a proper photo stand, and we've had it on the dining room table. And as you come through, when the light's on at night, the light catches the diamonds and it twinkles. It's lovely. It's really nice. I can see how they might be very absorbing. I think I could enjoy doing that if I got a bit more time. And the chocolates, of course. You might have seen me on the video. Go to Chris's last week. And somebody did tell me who'd left them, because they'd not actually, I've got my name written on top, but it didn't actually say where they were from. And somebody did say, but you know what my memory is like? Joanne's got IBS. Oh, you poor thing, Joanne. You've got our sympathy. You've got our sympathy. You'll be pleased to know, that we have discussion coming up this afternoon about toilets. That's all I'm saying. So at Chris's, for anybody that's not seen that video, I also got a very nice piece of sea glass jewellery and some Christmas cards as well. So I think I've got 3 now. I think I've got 3 Christmas cards. Oh, Christmas is coming. The goose is getting fatter, so is Jane. So, and on the subject of gifts, I'd just like to say, Linda, if you're with us this afternoon, if you're watching, if you're not, I'm sure you'll be on catch up. I've been wearing Linda's wrist warmers. I've got 2 pairs of wrist warmers. I think Peggy sent the other ones. And I've been wearing your wrist warmers in the morning, Linda, while I'm typing at crack o'clock in the morning, and they're very good. Very good they are. Loads of nice comments as well this week. Loads of nice comments. So Sal Terrace had put a post in our Brew at 2 Facebook group. If you're not already in it, you need to join. I did ask the senior T-boy last week if we could have a new sign that looked a little bit more professional. Sorry. And a little bit more in keeping with our, you know, status as a design company.
Quite good for us.
We're still waiting. But if you're not in the Brew at 2 Facebook group, you need to join it. So Sal made Kevin's day the other day.
Yeah.
And she put a post in and she said, every morning this week we've got up, we've gone downstairs and got sorted out, and my 5-year-old has said, Mummy, can we watch Jane? She absolutely loves the videos and her favourite was 3 Go to FYLDE. Her name's Felicity, so here's a big shout out for Felicity. I presume you'll be at school at the moment, Felicity, but when you come home and when you watch it, big shout out.
Yeah.
So Kevin, bless him.
Well done, Felicity. High five. You might want to pause it. There you go. High five.
Kevin has got visions of lots of little Janes in training running around, which I found quite a discombobulating thought, quite honestly. Just imagine lots of me running about. God forbid. And Emma has just mentioned 3 Go to Sainsbury's. Wow, if you've not watched it, you need to save that one and watch it at the weekend because you're in for a treat. So quite a few people have asked whether or not T-Boy in Training works in Sainsbury's. No, he doesn't. When we were at school, because Kevin was in the year above me at school, so he was in the upper 6th as I was in the lower 6th. So my Saturday job was in BHS and his was in the local supermarket.
And both companies have gone now.
Yes, both companies have gone. So his was in the local supermarket, which was Hillard's, which we discussed a few weeks ago, if you remember rightly. And every time he goes in a supermarket, he complains about empty boxes and stuff not being faced up on shelves. And even worse, when you find a packet of fish fingers in the middle of the toilet rolls or a box of ice cream in the middle of ladies' clothes or something. So Scott Lucas came up with a very good idea, actually, Kevin.
Yeah.
He said, I should get you a Saturday job in that Sainsbury's, and then I would get some peace and quiet for a few hours.
Not as tough as it sounds, is it?
I think that's a cracking idea, Scott. Aren't they nice, those toffee tarts, Liz? Well, Diane Shepherd, who is also a bat, who is in the process of moving to Bisping. Well, she's actually here now, but I would imagine she's having a nervous breakdown after the episode of moving. Diane dropped us some of those off one day, and I'd not had any before Diane dropped them off, and I have to say they're very nice. We've had them several times since then. So that, I think, kind of catches us up with our week this week. We've not really done anything that you've not seen. We've not been out this weekend, have we?
No.
No, we didn't go out this weekend. While it's been raining and while the weather's been a bit miserable, we've been getting some sorting out done. So I've been collecting a pile of stuff for the Homeless Hounds charity. So they're our local dog rescue. And there's another one whose name escapes me. Is it Sunnybank?
No.
Sunnybank?
No.
That do strays. So this particular lady that comes and collects the stuff, she sort of separates what you give her into where it's going to be best used. So all the animal charities all work together. So I'd promised her that, well, actually, when Coco died, we'd got loads of dog treats that were still in date and were still ready for you didn't do this one though, did you, Elizabeth? I don't think. I'm sure it's Jeanette. Is it you, Elizabeth? If it is, I'm ever so sorry. Yeah, so we got loads of dog treats. So I said, I rang her up and said, can you come and fetch these? She turned up. Came inside to get them. And T-Boy in training had chucked them away, would you believe? So she had a wild goose chase. And I said to her, when I get round to doing it, pardon me, I've got loads of towels, cushions, cloths, dog toys, you name it, we've got one, and you can have them all for your charity. Anyway, she came on Sunday. She's only got Heather, not Jeanette. Oh, I'm shocking, aren't I, Elizabeth? I'm shocking. Got memory like a sieve. She's only got a little car, so she turned up with this lovely little yellow Citroen. And Kevin started piling bags into it, and she just looked at me with this really dry face, and she said, where have you got all this from? And they're getting on to first name terms with the lass in the Cats Protection homeware shop in Cleveland.
Now, something really, really funny, if you'd have seen me, I was taking the stuff to the car, and she was just not making a move, and she was stood at our door still. I says, would you like me to put this in the back of the car? And she went, yes. And I'm thinking, I guess it's open then. Opened the boot, put the first package in, put the second one in, totally minding my own business, and then I got this dog on the back seat. Oh, I had tears running down my leg. Frightened me to death.
Yes, Caroline and Joanna are having a conversation about IBS. The things we could tell you about IBS.
Got a degree in it.
Oh, the things we could tell you. In fact, that'll be the bell. That'll be the bell. I bet I know what that is. You can bring that up with you, Kevin. We ought to do a Brew to a special about IBS, didn't we?
It's not a funny matter.
It usually, Brew 2 usually becomes all about toilets. But the thing about toilets is that everybody, including royalty, goes to the loo and nobody talks about it, which makes it all taboo. So we are dispelling the myth, one myth at a time. So where did we get to? Scams. Seamlessly from toilets to scams. Just a minute, you'll like this. You'll like this. Is it your Prezi?
Shall I get changed from Brew 2?
I think you ought to open your parcel live on air.
Okay.
Shall we do an unboxing?
Keep talking.
Shall we do an unboxing?
Just what Martin would say. Keep talking. Stop talking.
You'll like this. Not a lot, but you'll like it. Kevin has got a little task to do at Christmas. That's one bag knackered. Kevin's got a little task to do at Christmas, and this is his outfit for the occasion. Don't show them the picture on the box, Kevin. Turn it over.
Just said open it live on air.
Yeah, but turn it over because we don't want to spoil the surprise.
Hang on a minute. Returns label. Send her back. What? Right. Okay. Can't show you the picture.
Stick it over my mouth. Father Christmas. Correct, Matt. You're right.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, did
He's
you
seen
see
it
Oh.
because you opened it and went like that. So when we...
But Matt, didn't she say open it live on air?
I did. I didn't say
And did I
spoil
know
the
there was
surprise.
And did I know there was a picture on it? Excuse me, we're having a domestic.
Just talk among yourselves while we have an argument. So we are somewhat short of Santas in Cleveland.
I'll spoil the surprise. I'll tell you who's going to win argument.
We are somewhat short of Santas in Cleveland. So we ended up nominating T-Boy in training. He's getting into training. I said to him, you won't need to buy the belly because they sell an inflatable belly for you to pad your costume out with.
Cheeky.
So it was quite insulting.
Cheeky.
So it's as you heard, it's just ding dong turned up. So I thought we might have a look at it together.
Ho, ho, ho,
Ho
ho.
ho ho ho.
I got that bit right.
So here's a date for your diary: 8th of December, between 2 and 6 p.m. Deluxe Santa outfit.
Better not be cancelled.
We will be having a Christmas celebration. Oh, pair of glasses and everything. A Christmas celebration.
Shall I get changed live on air?
No. You can open the packet
Yes.
and show us the beard and the hat.
Right.
But we don't want to spoil all the surprise because if you turn up to the Cleveland's Christmas celebration, you can have a selfie with our very own T-Boy in training Santa. Can't say fairer than that, can we? Aye. Oh,
Tell you what there is. Tell you what there is, folks. You can borrow these. All you married men out there, you can borrow these. No fingerprints left.
So yes, he's going to ho 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 his way around Cleveland. Are you
forgot
going to
what-
show us your beard and your
Beard.
hat?
And my hat.
Oh dear me. Do you know I've got a right headache? And it's no wonder he's living with Kevin. Don't rag it up and leave it a mess.
No. What do you take me for?
An idiot.
I'm on my way.
Hi, cat.
What?
You're just in time. You're just in time for a bit of ho ho ho.
Can't get in it. Hang on, what's this?
The first pirate Santa. I don't know whether he's a pirate Santa, but he's definitely an amateur Santa. And then when we've done that, we'll put McDonald's on the Chipometer.
Hang on a minute.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. The anticipation. God, I hope it doesn't take you this long to get ready at Christmas.
Because he knew
Oh, I've
about
just
it.
realised there's some. Oh, that's clever.
Oh, goodness me. It's like waiting for Christmas. Come on. It's not bad, that.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho.
Have you been a good girl? No. And what would you like for Christmas? the
Be
good
so
girl?
quiet.
No. I must explain. If there's any children watching, look away now because the reason why it took me a while was because I got my hat on the wrong way around. I thought that's not right. I can't see a thing.
Got your bloody head on.
And then I realised it was my hair at back.
It's a long time since you had any hair.
Ah,
It's not bad, that, for money.
I might dye that black and stick it on top of my head.
Yeah, we do a bit of tarting up and a bit of hair and makeup, and I think we'll have that.
Would you like to sit on Santa's knee?
No!
Oh.
Oh, dear me. I think you're right, Emma. I think I will have to get him ready. Oh, dear me.
I'll scare all kids away though, won't I?
Yeah, Santa's little helper was sad he had low self-esteem. Low self-esteem. Oh, dear, I don't know. Anyway, where we were going to go just before we were rudely interrupted by Santa was the fish and chipometer. Because you will also know, if you've been watching, that one of the videos I made this week was McDonald's at South Shore. Because I'd walked all the way. You've already got glasses, but they're better. Can you put them over your own? No, put yours on and then put them over top.
You might have to write this down on there. Oh dear.
No, that don't work.
You need some white eyebrows.
McDonald's at South Shore. I'd walked all the way down the prom, literally from North Pier, and I felt like I was going to fall over. And I was too early for all the chip shops. I was absolutely convinced that they'd all shut and closed and gone. And then when I came back the other way, I realised it was just me that was just too early. So I went to McDonald's. So I can't say that it absolutely floated my boat. It's on the 8th of December, Denise. It's from sort of 2 while 6 o'clock in Cleveland's town centre, and we are currently trying to organise something. So if anybody knows anybody that can sing, dance, entertain, walk on stilts, juggle, eat fire, whatever, send them my way. So I've put McDonald's on a beige one because it was all right. It was still a good meal, but let's put it this way: it's the kind of thing that you eat when you not really got much other alternative in front of you. So I'm going to pop that one on there, and I'm going to put it down there. And on Friday, I've realised that it's annoying people because I've called it Fish and Chip Friday when it's not fish and chips. And there aren't actually that many fish and chip shops about when you start looking. There's quite a lot sort of down back streets, but they're in places where general visitors just won't go. You'd never find them for a kick-off. I mean, I can't find them and I live here. So I'm doing the ones that you are likely to use. So hopefully there might be one on Friday, but it's not fish and chips. That's all I'm saying at this point. Ho ho ho. By January, I will be as fat as Santa at this rate, because we're all expanding rapidly like that, like a blow up barrage balloon. So that was that. Scams, right? Scams on something slightly more serious now. I just finished my tea because it's nearly cold. I say that every week, don't I? Scams. Always be careful about scams. So I've had 2 this week. Where's the other one gone? There's another one somewhere. So he opens his post and dumps all his rubbish on my desk. There's another one coming. I can't find it. Anyway,
Are
so
these yours?
yeah, I've had two this week that were particularly notable. One was from purportedly HSBC. The font's not quite right, and it says an internal verification has shown that your phone number linked to your HSBC account is not being verified. We are therefore obliged to identify you with an SMS verification. Sign in. Yes. And the moon is made of green cheese. But it also says, many greetings, thank you for your trust, which is a bit of a giveaway. So always be careful of anything that looks like it's come from a bank. Apart from the fact that the other way to tell, another good way to tell, you see this email address here, it says it at simpatico or something or other .ca. That's obviously not an HSBC address. It's not a foolproof way. It's not a foolproof way of knowing, but it's a good pointer. So the other one was from the personal account of somebody that I know. Case chippy is very nice, Stephen. It's our regular, that one. We're going to do a case chipping. I think we might do it on takeaway, and then we could do it at home. Oh, Dazza 1972 has managed to get tickets for the Strictly on the 19th at Blackpool Tower. Well, wow. You deserve a round of applause for that, because they're as rare as chicken's teeth. Well done. Well done indeed. But make sure that you've had plenty to eat before you go, because it's a long day. And once they get you stuck in the ballroom, that's it. You've got nowhere to go. Scams. So the other one, assumedly, came from the personal account of a friend of mine, a business friend. And it said, could you do me a favour? I can't talk at the moment. Can I send you an email? So I said, yes, of course. Kiss, as you do. So the email came back. I am currently stuck in somewhere or other, and I want to send my niece an Apple gift card for her birthday or something or other. Could you pay for it and I'll pay you back later? So I sent an email back and I put in big letters, scammer, and then reported it to ActionFraud. And if you get any weird and wonderful emails or texts or anything like that, there is actually an email address and a text number in the description underneath all the Brew at 2 videos that tells you where to report spam and scam emails and texts and such like too. Because the more people that report them, all you have to do is literally just forward it on. Because the more people that report them, the more people that they might be able to stop. There'll be another 100 to take the place, having said that. So that was that. So on the subject of food, and double bacon cheeseburgers and me getting fat. Next week we are also off en masse to the tramway pub in Cleveland. So if anybody is around and you've not actually got your raffle tickets or you've not got your seat yet for the afternoon tea fundraiser at the tramway in Cleveland, now's your chance, because there's not many left. When we saw it must be a fortnight ago, there were only 5 tables left, and tables only seat 4 or 5 people. So and it's quite a big pub, so there's not much space left. So if you want to come, and somebody suggested, I think it was on Brew at 2 last week, somebody suggested doing a video. So I've had a little discussion with my compatriots, and we've decided that that's what we're going to do. So if you fancy being caught on camera or part of a fun afternoon in Cleveland, if you want to meet T-Boy in training, T-Boy's not coming, T-Boy in training's coming, then you need to come to the tramway on the 15th of November. Daz is just telling us about his thing at the tower. You've got to be verified at 9 o'clock in the morning and then go back for 3 o'clock, and they won't get out until at least 10:30. I know it's a very long day because a friend of mine went some years ago, and he told me all about what they do and all the rest of it, and it's a very long day because the security clear everybody, and then once you're in, you're in.
Take a sandwich.
There you go. Take a sandwich, yeah. Take a sandwich. So, we've been talking about collections from the crap box. Don't forget, you can also send your post to the crap box over winter. I got completely the wrong end of the stick last week. Chris is actually going away in January. So you can still send your post to the crap box, which is 6 to 8 Dale Street, of course. And anything that turns up once Chris is actually away is going to the cafe over the road, where I think they're going to hold on to it there. So the cafe is sort of diverting the post, and then Chris is going to contact us vloggers, and then we can pop in and see him. So you can also, if you've got anything else that you want to send me, you can send it to 57C Victoria Road West, Cleveland's FY51AJ, which is Phillips Jewellers. Daniel is a friend of mine. It is rain that you can hear, Joan. Daniel is a friend of mine at Phillips Jewellers, and I shall be popping in. I shall be popping in over the winter. Carol says she passed Irene's Cafe on the main street in Cleveland. Does every table have a toaster? Yes, it does, Carol. It's an all-day, all-you-can-eat buffet type place, breakfast buffet. So there's bread of every kind of conceivable type, and there's a toaster on every table so you can cook and toast your own bread. Matt says the crap box was named after Chris, Roy and Pete, of course. Do we know where Roy is? Has he moved away? I've never actually met Roy. I've met, obviously, Chris and Pete. So, on the subject of crap, it's June's favourite time of the week, because we're going to talk about toilets. Now then, for many years, we've been buying Charming. Now, what did it used to be called? Cushell? No, it used to be called Charming, and then they changed it to Cushell, didn't they? Because it says Cushell on this toilet roll. And I can't say that I'm a big fan of Andrex, ordinary Andrex. It's a very serious, very important subject. So, you know, one packet of Cushell turns up and it all ends up down the toilet, and then another packet of Cushell replaces it. So, I think it might have been Wednesday morning last week. It wasn't long after we did Brew at 2. I picked another roll of toilet paper up off the stash at the side of the loom, and I pulled some toilet roll off, and I went, oh my word, I don't know what they've done to it. It's that thin you can practically spit through it. You can't see properly because the light's over there, but it's really thin. So I'm a bit, well, disgusted. Goodness me. So bear in mind, that's the 1972 is turning up to the ball tower ballroom at 3 o'clock. He's not getting out until 10:30. So you get a biscuit in a carton of orange juice. Goodness me, I want gas and air. So exactly, Jones on the money. Your hand will go through that. You've got to be very careful with it. That's all I'm saying. It's gone dark. So I said, I think we'll try some of that right cheap toilet roll that they sell in Home Bargains. Well, we weren't in Home Bargains at the time, but we were in B&M. So we bought a packet of triple softy from B&M. Now the one thing that I did do wrong, I haven't looked at the receipt to see how much the price is, and with my memory I've forgotten, but I think it was something like £2.50, might have been £3, a lot less than Charming, because Charming currently we buy packets of 9, and I think they've gone up to something like £5, which is ridiculous for bog rolls. So I thought I'd do a comparison. Well, I don't know what you'll think, but that doesn't look bad at all to me. That looks quite thick and tuggy. So I think the roll is clearly smaller, but you know, frankly, you don't use a bit on the edge, do you? You use a bit in the middle, and it's probably a little bit thinner. This is the cheap one, and it's probably wound a little bit looser. So there you go. That's my deep and intelligent comment for today. Yes, we do have keep calm and visit clean please mugs, Cat. We have keep calm and visit wherever you want to go mugs. I'll show you. Oh goodness me, that's gone dark, isn't it? I even know where they are because I told you I've been tidying up. Just a second. Let's get the box. You just got to be so careful that you don't wallop your head when you stand up in this room. Right, let's have a look and see what we've got in here. I think these are them. There could be anything. Frankly, there could be anything knowing me. Oh, that one's St Anne's. Oh, that's the Visit FYLDE Coast one. That one. Keep calm and visit FYLDE Coast. There's a link in the description underneath the video to the merchandise. I'm sure I wrote on which ones they were. I'm sure I did. I can't even get in it. We could be here a while, couldn't we? We could be here a while. Fleetwood? Yeah, so they're all in different colours, and the inside of them is a colour as well to match the different colours of websites, because Fleetwood is blue, FYLDE Coast is obviously teal, so they're all different colours. I'll not go through all of them because we might be here a while, mightn't we? And as Crispy says, don't forget to join the Facebook group. How's T-Boy? Says Emma. He's very quiet. Somebody had put on the Sainsbury's video.
I think T-Boy is lovely.
Oh, it was
Good
Lindsay.
afternoon, everybody.
She
I'm
said, bless him, he's so lovely, just plods along in a world of his own. He's like that most of the time, aren't you, darling? Yeah, he's mostly in a world of his own.
got to be.
Would you like to plonk them down there, please?
It's called survival.
I think it's
I've
because
got a special birthday present, haven't I?
Yes. Oh, goodness, listen to the rain. Listen to the rain.
What do you say, you want the window open?
Well, have you got ISIL? Have you got ISIL in your hospital ward? I think you need to put a petition in, Joanne, that they get the toilet rolls from B&M. It's very serious.
Once went to the ISIL factory.
Oh, Crispy's firing questions at me. He says, should we have a petition to rehome Bonny Street Market? Well, too late, I think. And next question, do I think all the homeless people in Blackpool are actually homeless?
Nope.
Well, I think it's a fairly well proven fact that most of them are not homeless, and there's amazing provision in Blackpool for people that are homeless and down and out and all the rest of it, and a lot of them won't use it because they've got to behave, basically. Matt says, I hope you're well, sir. What a wonderful gentleman.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we don't like being out in this weather, do we, Caroline? It's not It's not conducive. So anyway, going back to toilet rolls. Which toilet rolls do you buy? Which toilet rolls do you buy? Because I think it's a very serious and very, very important subject. And with the cost of living going up like it is doing, every little penny matters. So I think we ought to have a
Anybody still use Daily Mirror?
yeah, T-Boy says, does anybody still use the Daily Mirror? Anyway, that's the serious bit of the toilet question. So now we come on to the frivolous bit. Are you ready? This deserves a drum roll. Lorraine says Aldi toilet rolls are good. Sainsbury's own brand. We've got them all here. Just a minute, I'm starting coughing now. Joan's not started the Aldi ones yet.
Well, you don't take leather.
I'll have to try the Aldi ones. They do one in on bargains called Nicky. It's in a where this is sort of purpley coloured branding. It's orange. And they're not bad. I've had them before. I'll get a packet of Nicky and we'll try them. So this deserves a drum roll. Us and our friends, we partake of liquid and food refreshment on a Friday lunchtime, which is partly why I'm getting so fat. And we were sat there on Friday at dinner time, and T-Boy, it don't say much, bless him, but when he does, they're worth waiting for. We were discussing our favourite subject, which of course among our friends is also toilets. So there we were discussing our favourite subject, and he said, have you ever heard the one about when people used to go to the terraces at football matches and they used to roll a newspaper up and push it down the trouser leg to pee down? Well, we nearly peed ourselves laughing. It was so funny. It was just whether he delivered it. I mean, it's not funny in retelling. Crispy thinks I'm not fat. I've got a stomach to match Kevin's. It was just so funny whether he said it. So I said, well, I looked at Brenda and Brenda looked at me and we both cracked out laughing. I said, I think that's a question for Brew too. I can't say that I've.
We're going back to the 60s now.
Yeah, he says it's going back to 60s, and I'm not a big fan of football, and I think I've only been to 2 matches in all my life, maybe 1. So it's not something that I'm particularly well acquainted with. So I want to know. All you, probably the gents, I want to know all you gents whether that is an urban myth that T-Boy is trying to cod us with, or whether it is an actual fact. And if you don't know the answer to the question now while we're talking, I want you to go away and talk to all your mates. Ask on your Facebook page, and then I want you to report back into the Brew at 2 Facebook group and share with us and tell us whether or not men used to roll a newspaper up, stick it down the toilet leg, trouser leg, to pee down. Because we had a very long conversation about whether or not the newspaper would be long enough, whether or not it would leave them with wet feet and wet socks, or whether they needed to turn it into an elongated tube or what. So anyway, that went on for quite some time. Whether they'd read it first, exactly. So as you can imagine, with an average mental age of about 4, we were mightily entertained for the best part of 20 minutes, weren't we? And Richard says it's true, and the women use buckets at Millwall.
There you go.
Is it true then, Richard? Is it true then, Richard? It's an old. I mean, you know, come on, T-Boy he's knocking on a few years, isn't he? He's knocking on a few years. But I noticed that you were all busy talking about ISIL before I started. I'll have a look, Kat, and I'll let you know. We were talking about ISIL before we started talking about rolling newspapers up. And the best thing for ISIL was tracing paper. That was the best thing to use it for. My great grandma used to use ISIL, and I can remember when I used to go to her house trying to avoid needing to go to the loo. And I'd only be, I think she was only about, I was about 6, weren't I, when she died?
Yeah.
I weren't very old at all. And it didn't do anything, June. It was absolutely useless. And if you're not old enough to remember ISIL, you've never lived. So, moving on. Moving on. We've got birthdays next. There you go. You see, Richard says, yes, it was true.
Good. There you are.
There you go. There you go. So we're on to birthdays. Yeah, at least your hand didn't go through it, Joe. Birthdays. We've not actually got very many birthdays. We've only got one. Yeah, we've only got one. We've only got one for next week. So, happy birthday. Happy birthday to Chelsea from the Isle of Man, who is Brian's daughter. And I know that there were a few of you in the family that used to watch before your mum sadly passed away. So I hope you're getting on all right with that, and happy birthday. And I'll wave at you on the Isle of Man. I'll wave at you on the Isle of Man. I know, honestly, I think I'm going to be mad. And that's the only one I've got. That's the only one I've got between the 8th and the 15th of November. So, would you like to add anything, T-Boy in training?
What two?
To brew it too.
Right, two. I thought you were doing birthdays.
I've done birthdays. There's
You've
only
done
one.
birthday.
There's only one.
Only one?
Did you have a nice birthday, Kevin?
Do you know what? I had a lovely birthday. I didn't go out anywhere. We had a very memorable...
Yes.
She's been living with me too long.
On Saturday.
Go on, tell him. You tell him, because you'll remember better than I
On
will.
Saturday, I made some... He wanted meat and potato pie. I made meat and potato pie.
No, but tell him what you were going to make me.
So, eh?
You were going to make me something and
What?
there weren't any.
Oh, I know, but that was Sunday.
Oh, that was Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. So on Saturday, I said, I haven't got time to make full-blown meat and potato pie today. I'll make you some stew. And tomorrow, we'll have meat and potato pie. Because when you make
That's it. You were going to
stew...
give me something like... we're going to have a stir.
Do you want me to tell this story?
Yeah. We were going to have a stir fry.
Yes, we were going to have stir fry on Saturday, and when I got the bean sprouts out of the fridge, they'd gone. So I said, bean sprouts are no good. And he said, well, can we have stir fry that's not got bean sprouts in it? I said, well, actually, there's no other stir fry.
So there's no stir fry. Bean sprouts were...
So I said, I'll make you some stew. I haven't got time to make a full-blown meat and potato pie, but I'll make you some stew. So we had stew and mash.
Oh, it was lovely.
Didn't we?
It was like meat and
And it
potato
was
pie without the crust.
Very nice. So we were...
She makes a mean
Like
meat and
that.
potato pie.
And normally when I make meat and potato pie, there's enough for 2 days. So you kind of, bulk it out with some carrots and onions and whatnot and stretch it. Stretch it on elastic. And there wasn't quite enough left. So I said, well, there's a little, little plastic pan full of gravy left. It's a shame to throw it away. He said, we'll have some Yorkshire puddings tomorrow. So I got all my veg ready. I got my veg cooking. In fact, they were just about cooked. I'd got me, when I say veg, I mean roast potatoes and roast carrots.
Marvellous
I'd got
job she did.
the green veg ready. I've got everything ready. Went in the freezer for the Yorkshire puddings, and what do you think?
We're not getting near
With
them
no
either.
Yorkshire So for his birthday dinner, he got Yorkshire he got potatoes and carrots.
Yeah, very nice. But we did have a lovely Chinese for tea, and that was delicious from
So yeah, so we made up for it, didn't we?
Maxim
at tea
in
time.
Cleveland's, yeah.
Maxim House, yeah, our local Chinese down here. Oh, they do a mean Chinese. So the three of us, we had king prawns with spring onion and ginger. Sticky glazed, honey glazed chicken wings.
Oh, if you've ever had them,
And prawn crackers and boiled rice.
If you ever stay in Cleveland's and you sort of like stay over the tea time, get a Chinese from Maxim,
Yeah, Maxim House.
and she'll tell you what we had at the bottom of the thing, won't you? And then you can order it.
So nice.
Delicious.
So we always ring. We have this joke in our house
Proper
because we
chunky.
always ring and order it, and they always say that. Always in all the years. I mean, we've had this house 23 odd years.
That many.
And in all the years that we've had this house, every time we've ever rung the Chinese, they always say it'll be 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Do you know how long it is?
10 minutes. So it's 10 minutes is a standing joke in this house. How long are you going to be? 10 minutes. So we ring and order it, and then he gets in the car and goes and fetches it, and it's waiting for us, and then we sit and tuck in, and the three of us sat there
Making funny noises, didn't
purring
we?
while we were eating
Making
it.
funny
We've
noises.
not had one for a while though, so it was all the better.
And prawn crackers are free.
Oh, yes.
Free prawn crackers.
I know we're not on commission.
No, not on commission. Just liked it.
Very nice. It
Did it?
was. So that was Kevin's birthday. That was Kevin's birthday.
Nice and quiet.
wasn't
You
it?
don't have to go out and to all these pubs
Yeah.
and clubs
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
Too old for that anyway.
We've been banned from them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been
I've
bad.
been banned from an all.
It's Christopher Burns' birthday on Friday the 11th. So happy birthday,
Yeah.
Christopher. So
Happy
that'll be
birthday.
this. That'll be this.
You need to make a
Friday.
note of that.
Yes,
Am I getting the hang of that?
I'll dig it out from. I'll dig
Let's
the
write that
calendar
down.
out from underneath all the junk on the desk, and I'll put you on the calendar, Christopher. So don't be shy if it's your birthday next week.
10 minutes.
Then you need to tell us, and you can have a shout out for your birthday. So Lucy Smith says her Chinese also says the same, and her husband jokes about it as well. I think it's a standing time in all Chinese takeaways, 10 minutes.
So who's coming to see Santa on
8th of December.
8th of December? I'm glad you said that to
Because you
remind
couldn't
me.
remember when it was. And if it's raining,
I
I've
can't
got-
make it, apparently.
What?
I can't make it on 8th.
Right. If
You
it's
never see Superman and Clark Kent together, do you?
Oh, Crispy's just cracked a joke. He says Christmas on the sea, near the sea on the prom. Have you been to Cleveland in December? So my contingency, Kevin.
Yes.
My contingency is if it's raining, I think we ought to decamp to the bus station.
Right.
We can get a big bottle of Diamond White.
What's that?
Has-
Lemonade?
No, strong cider. The drink when they sit on a bench.
You don't
when...
want a drunk Santa. You don't set a bad example
No, that's
to
what
kids.
that's what they do, isn't it? They buy Diamond White and they go and sit in bus station drinking it. Then people that pretend that they're homeless. So we could get a big
What if
bottle of
it's
Diamond
raining,
White and get everybody drunk on the bus station.
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh ho ho! Can you imagine? I mean, he's bad enough sober. Can you imagine this one drunk?
So somebody said the other day, what's Kevin done to his hair? It's in the bag. I'm saving it for later. Keep it fed.
So I think, unless anybody else has got any questions or anything to say, I think that's it.
I've
for
got
this
nothing to
week.
say. Not till Christmas. Don't let your kids watch it. Don't let your kids watch it. There's more than one Santa, apparently, isn't there? Lots of Santas.
There's a lot of imitation Santas, but there's only one real one.
There's one real one. Yes.
There's only one real one.
There's only one. And
Right,
you can come
well,
and see him on the 8th of December,
yes,
don't
you
forget.
can come and meet. You can come and meet the man himself on the 8th of December. Right, people.
I forgot to say bye-bye. See you later. See you next week.
Yes, right.
If
No,
not earlier.
there isn't one next week. Don't forget.
Yeah.
There
no.
isn't a Brew at 2 next week. I've done scams, Crispy.
Yeah.
There isn't a Brew at 2 next week because we're going razzing at the tramway. We're going
Got a new name.
We're doing afternoon tea. Don't forget. So if you want to
Afternoon
brew
tea.
at 2 in real life, you need to come and join us.
That would be lovely if you can all come and have
Absolutely.
tea with us next week from Isle of Man and
Yeah.
Scotland, and
Yeah.
love to see you.
Right. Without any further ado,
Are you doing it again? Without your
I'm
notes?
going to do it. I'm going to do it from memory. Are you ready?
I'll
Smiling
tell
is
you what.
infectious.
I won't. I'll go and sit down and then I won't put you off.
Smiling is infectious. You
So we're
catch
really
it like
impressive.
the flow. When someone smiled at me today, I started smiling too. I passed around the corner and someone saw my grin. And when he smiled, I realised I passed it on to him. So if you feel the smile begin, don't leave it undetected. Let's start an epidemic quick.
And get the world infected.
See you next.
Bye.
See you in a fortnight.
Fortnight, 2 weeks,
Bye for
14
now.
days.